So where was the Outrun announcement and why wasn't it announced? Is it still coming? Let's try to answer those questions. Hey guys, thanks for tuning to ToyKade, and in today's video we're going to discuss the latest news and hints from what's to come from Arcade1UP. We'll cover why Outrun wasn't announced, the future of NK series, Golden Axe, Xmen Vs Street online gameplay, and possible remaining titles for 2020. Firstly, let me know in the comments below, what announcement were you expecting that didn't happen? Were you like most of us and were expecting the Outrun announcement? So whatever happened to the highly anticipated Outrun announcement? Many of us were convinced that a driving cab was coming. It was also teased by John D on the Retro Buzz when he let it slip that we'll have to wait and see. Even when the teasers of the mystery 4 cabs were shared with the community, the fans were eagerly trying to convince themselves that one of them was still a driving cab. We even had one guy who analysed the bat top from the first cab saying that's a gear lever. The community was really thirsty for a driving cab. But when the cab was actually leaked and announced on June the 12th, disappointment was felt when no driving cab was to be seen. So what really happened? Were we fooled? Well, it looks like the possibility of an Outrun cab is still coming very soon. First and foremost, this is just a speculation video based on information that's publicly available online and also hints provided by Arcade1UP, so take it with a grain of salt. John D on the Retro Ralph 1UP Weekly did confirm that there was still one huge announcement that was originally planned for the IGN Summer of Gaming, but was delayed due to licensing issues. I'll give you another scoop. We have one huge cabinet that we still haven't announced and a couple other cabinets that still haven't been announced, so this is not the end of what we're getting released this year. What was interesting was his next comment on the form factor. There is a huge announcement soon, but you know, for licensing reason, we just couldn't sync it up, but it's going to be a cabinet that we've never done before, a style of cabinet that we've never done before. So what does this mean? What other style of cabinet hasn't Arcade1UP done? Driving cab is the first one that comes to mind, but let's not forget the possibility of analog stick cabs such as Tron or Afterburner. John D did give hints. I'll give you a hint. There was like 5 games. Someone guessed it exactly right in one cabinet, so that's right. Well, the thing is, when I read it, I had to call internally with some of my co-workers. I said, where's this leak coming from? It's like they got it exactly right. But when I read it, he actually had a good explanation of the hardware and everything, so it made sense. When I heard him say this, I immediately remembered a post on the official fan page by a fan named Andy Wells, where Andy listed 5 Sega driving games and also provided a good explanation why the hardware required for all 5 is possible. So it does tie into what John D mentioned. So here are the 5 games that is possibly coming soon on our very first driving cab from Arcade1UP. Outrun, Turbo Outrun, Outrunners, Power Drift, and Rad Mobile. All 5 games run on hardware that is pre-Golden Axe Revenge of the Death Adder, which runs on a Sega System 32 arcade board. So knowing that, the assumption is that all games running prior to Sega System 32 is possible on the Arcade1UP hardware. Rad Mobile runs on the same hardware as Golden Axe Revenge of the Death Adder. Power Drift was based on the Sega Y board, which is pre-System 32. Outrunners run on the old Sega System Multi-32. Outrun and Turbo Outrun both run on a Sega board based on the System 16. All games fit the bill in terms of current technology that Arcade1UP can handle, and the style cabinet that is yet to be released. All 5 games don't need an introduction, but just in case you've been deprived in your childhood days, here's a quick summary. Outrun, the classic Sega driving game created by legendary Yu Suzuki-san. It is a classic driving game where a player controls a Ferrari Spider and they drive around Europe against the clock. Not much needs to be said as this is an iconic game. An interesting fact here is the car was never licensed by Ferrari. Turbo Outrun, the follow-up game to Outrun, was released in 1989, and again, the player is driving a Ferrari, but this time in a Ferrari F40, and in the entire United States from New York to LA. The unique difference to the original was you're up against a computer-controlled Porsche 959, and also there is a nice addition of a turbo button. Outrunners is a sequel to the Outrun and developed in 1992. Gameplay is very similar to Outrun, in which a player is tasked with driving across each stages within a specified amount of time. Outrunners was based on the entire world, while Outrun took place in Europe. Power Drift. Power Drift is one of my favourite driving games of all time. As a kid, I would always play this game if I had a spare quarter. And the actual arcade cab was mechanical. It actually moved and provided force feedback, which was pretty cool. There were character choices and cars looked more like hot rods. The game was super fun. Rad Racer. I've never played this game, but the concept is very similar to Outrun. but this time you're racing against other opponents across the United States, and players need to avoid the police. The game didn't get much praise by its peers and was more recognized for its graphics and technology. An interesting fact here was Sonic the Hedgehog first appeared in this game before it had its own game. Fast feed. Mortal Kombat. Okay, if you're active in the community, and you would have heard of a guy called Zohar. Zohar has made himself known as the die-hard MK fan, and there is no day that has gone where he hasn't asked an update for the re-release of the Costco Mortal Kombat and a new variation of Mortal Kombat. His relentless push for an update hasn't gone to waste, as John D has shared the following. There are plans in the near future to bring out more Mortal Kombat cabinets regardless of the form factor. So if I was to take a guess, again I can't confirm 100% because I'm not supposed to, but it's likely a cabinet is coming out next year, and definitely a cabinet coming out during the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat in 2022. Having lit marquees, possibly upgraded buttons, dual speakers and possibly scan lines and all that stuff. And I can tell you this, online multiplayer, maybe. Okay, sometime next year we'll have at least one Mortal Kombat cabinet. I don't know what form factor that is, and either that will have online play or the one in the 30th anniversary. Based on the information provided, we can easily confirm the next upcoming version of Mortal Kombat is in 2021. It will be the live version which will enable online gameplay. I mean, why wouldn't it be? With all the games moving towards online gameplay, it only makes sense that MK is one of them. The 30th anniversary edition will be very interesting and most likely will incorporate the original Midway styling found in the 90s. Here's the thing, if we do, I'm not saying if we are, but if we do a 30th anniversary cabinet, we'll make sure it looks like the Mortal Kombat of the Midway style cabinet. Golden Axe. Golden Axe should be coming, I think around early August, late July, around that time frame. Available on Arcade1UP.com. Looks like the demand for the famous Sega title from retailers weren't there, and Golden Axe will now be a direct-to-consumer order from the Arcade1UP website, which should be available later this year. Pacman 40th edition. It looks like Arcade1UP is doing more Pacman. During the Pacman 40th anniversary celebrations, Bandai Namco released a press release stating, "The 40th anniversary countercade, partycade and head-to-head models coming this summer." So there you have it, we are getting more 40th anniversary edition Pacmans. And the latest Arcade1UP news that was just released on the Arcade1UP YouTube channel was the new updated teaser of Xmen Vs Street. I can now confirm that online gameplay, aka live, will be on both cabs, so I'm definitely getting one. There you have it guys, let me know in the comments below if you agree with my predictions with the Sega driving cab having Outrun, Turbo Outrun, Outrunners, Power Drift and Rad Mobile. And what are your predictions for the remaining 3 cabs for 2020? My money will be on Sega driving cab, Dragon's Lair and a re-release of Street Fighter 2 with online gameplay, aka live. As always, thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to support the channel. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.